You know, fun fact, I stole this shirt from my husband. I wanted to match. Alright, so we are back for part 2, for level 2 of this Pac-Man limited edition makeup. In part 1, we went over the first section in this box, which includes the lip scrub, lip balm, the blush palette, eyeshadow palette, bronzer, Blushlighter, and the 4 gloss lipsticks, I think they're referred to. I swatched everything, but I'm going to be putting the eyeshadow, the Blushlighter, and bronzer on my face in this episode, and I will also be testing out the brushes and the nail kit. So if you're into all of that, keep watching. So this is the Waka powder brush. So let's take this brush out of the packaging. Here is what the brush looks like. The bristles, oh, these are very soft. And they have the yellow coloring in theme with Pac-Man. The handle is this clear handle with liquid in it with these little glitters. And let me look a little closer here. And the yellow glitters in there are Pac-Man shaped. I wanted to confirm that before I said it, that yes, we have Pac-Man in the handle as well. So this is pretty big. This might be a little bit too big for my purposes, but I'm going to try it anyway just so that I can use it and let you know what I think. And then we have the Waka eyeshadow brush, which looks to be a very similar format. Here is the eyeshadow brush. We have, we have little short, very soft bristles. Feels fairly dense. And then the similar with the handle having the water inside, and then you have the glitter. Let's do the bronzer and the Blushlighter. Bronzer, which I showed swatches of in part 1. So we have the little beads here. And we'll swirl this in a circular motion. Looks like we've got some on the brush there. And I tend to use bronzer like a bit of contour. Oh gosh, that was very potent. We'll add a little bit more on the other parts of my face to help balance it out because it's very strong on me. I'm very pale. So on the face, the bronzer is giving quite a sheen to it. For someone like me who uses it as more of a contour, it's probably not going to work for you that way because of the sheen. I mean, it kind of does, but this will be a very cute actual bronzer though. Help add that sun-kissed healthy glow, which is the original intent of bronzer. We have our Blushlighter, and again, that's these little peachy pearly bits. And I went over those. I did a swatch in part 1, and I feel like this is not going to look very good on me again because I'm so pale, but we will try it. We'll see how it looks. I might be able to get away with this as a blush, but it is so shimmery. We will see. Very, very shimmery. Let's try, we'll use the eyeshadow brush and see how it looks on the brow bone. That's another place I like to use highlighter. Oh yeah, see? It is so pink. That, well, it has a gorgeous shimmer. For my purposes, it would not work. So that is Powder Pellets Blushlighter. I think it's very pretty. You'll just have to decide how you want to use it depending on your skin tone. Next, I want to use the eyeshadow palette. I think what I might try to do is I'll do one side with just the shadows, and the other side with a white concealer base, just to see if that makes any difference. Alright, so I'm going to look a little cray-cray, but that's okay. We're doing it for science. I do want to try and use all the colors on the eye. This is going to be interesting. So we'll go for the classic rainbow. And so we'll start with purple on the outside here. It does stain the brush a little bit. And we'll go into that navy, dark, deep blue color. We'll go into the teal color. So right now I'm pretty much just placing the colors. I will test out blending in a little bit here. Going in with yellow. Yellow is struggling a little bit. I don't know if you can see yellow on the viewfinder. I can see it in person, but it's a little more subtle than I would like it to be. We'll go in with a little bit of that orange. And pink. The terracotta brown underneath. Maybe put a little bit of the shimmery orange on the inside underneath. That really didn't do too much. See how this does for blending. For funsies, let's put that shimmery color on the brow bone there. Maybe a little in the inner corner. That way you get to see how it looks as a topper and as just over bare skin. And so I think this color is very pretty either way, depending on how you want to use it. Either just in the inner corner or over bare skin. It's a decent color payoff, I feel like. I think it blends okay. I'm blending it with their brush. I do think this is a better packing brush than it is a blending brush, but I was able to do some blending with it, so that's okay. So that was on just, I had foundation on my skin, but no primers, no concealer on my eyelid. This side, I just put some concealer. I gave it a little bit to set up here. And that is a white concealer on this eye. So let's try this look on this side with the concealer underneath. They do pop a lot more on the concealer side, having the sticky base and the white underneath really helps them pop. So that is how the eyeshadows perform. I'm really pleased. I heard that the reviews on this collection in general was mediocre, so I thought, oh, the eyeshadows, they might not be very good, but I think they work. Let's grab an eyeliner, finish up the eyes. And I did use a makeup wipe to clean the brush a little bit, and it actually cleaned it pretty decently, so that's a good thing in my book. Let's go ahead and get a little mascara on these lashes. The eye look is pretty much complete. I've got a little bit of eyeliner on, a little mascara to finish the look. If you want a much more dramatic look, if rainbow colors is not dramatic enough already for you, pop on some false lashes. But yeah, so that's how those perform. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and test out all of these colors. The one I'm most curious about is this blue Inky color. it didn't do very well on the swatch on my hand, in my opinion. So let's see how it looks on the lips. So, if you want a sheer blue, I mean, if that's an aesthetic that you want to go for, I think this is fine. This doesn't look as streaky as I thought it might be on the face. But my only concern is if you're going for a dramatic color like blue, my guess is you'll probably want it to be opaque. You'll want it to be, you know, like a punch in the face, not literally, but like you want it to be able to hold its own. And I just, it looks, with the natural pink color of my lips, it looks more purple, which is also kind of dramatic, but just know that it's sheer. If that's okay by you, 10 out of 10, this feels comfortable. I don't really smell anything. Yeah, there's no fragrance, so it's not like minty and tingly or overwhelmingly floral or fruit. I don't smell any fragrance in this at all, actually. So this is not as bad as I again thought it might be based on the swatch, the Inky color, but just know that it's sheer. You're not gonna get this color on your lips. Next, let's do this pink color called Pinky. I was really excited about this color because in the swatch it doesn't seem like a color that you see very often, or I haven't seen it very often. Okay. So I really like that color. It's a I hate to call it the My Lips But Better color kind of option, but it's still different. It's like if you took a bubble gum pink and mixed it with your natural lip color. That's what I'm kind of feeling like and kind of seeing. Next color is Clyde. It is this orangey color, peachy color. There we go. Alright, so Clyde, what do I think? Well, Clyde is a little more sheer on the lips than I thought it was going to be. I do think it's a very cute color still. I don't know that I would choose Clyde with this eyeshadow look, but I could see this being really cute, especially if you went for a very summery, bronzy type look. Last lip color is Blinky. It's this, I thought initially this was a dark pink, but I think this might be more of a red. Now the other colors have been coming off kind of sheer, so is this going to be a strong red or a sheer red? We will see in just a moment. Alright, so we have Blinky. I think this is a pretty decent red. This one doesn't seem as sheer as the other colors. It's definitely strong enough that you can't be like put it on without looking in a mirror. I think you will need a mirror to put this on. At the same time, it is like a gloss formulation, so how long is it going to last? Since this one is a less forgiving color for moving, let's do the kiss test. Yeah, so see, that lost a whole lot of potency when it transferred over. It very much does transfer over, and I'm guessing if I were to smear it, it'll smear because it's a gloss. Yeah, see, so let's clean that up before it stains my face. So my personal preference with reds is something that's not gonna move. So to finish this look, what color do we want to do? We're gonna do Pinky, and we're gonna put some of this pearly shimmer color on it. the Blushlighter. The last thing to test out here is the nail kit. This one is listed as cruelty-free and vegan. And the colors on the box are listed as just yellow, blue, red, orange, and magenta. Let's pull these guys out and see if the bottles say anything different. We have yellow, orange, red, magenta, and blue. Some of them look like creams or cremes, or however you want to say it, and some look like they're shimmery. I think the yellow, magenta, and blue look like they're shimmery, whereas the other two, the orange and the red, look like they are just cream. Let's take some false nail tips. And probably going to use the larger tips because they will never fit me anyway. These are not properly put on, but I will never use these for anything else, so why not use them for swatching? I don't have a swatch wheel. I probably should get one. So right off the bat, this looks pretty runny. Don't know how well you can see that. Inside the bottle it sloshes around pretty readily. I'm concerned it's going to be very sheer. So that's one coat. And I would say that's pretty sheer. If you were putting that on a natural nail, 10 out of 10, you'd be seeing your nail base through it. And we'll go ahead and show that to you here. Here's what the colors look like with one coat. And really, the red I'm impressed with. The red looks like it's pretty solid with just one coat. And the blue is a little sheer, but pretty good for one coat, especially since it's shimmery. I feel like a lot of shimmery colors, they tend to be sheer for some reason. The yellow is sheer. It seems like it's not too terrible with streaking, but that might be because it's so light. The orange, a little streaky, and same for the pink. As it shows in the bottle, the blue is shimmery, the yellow and magenta are shimmery, and the red and orange are creams. So we'll go ahead and allow those to dry. I'll apply a second coat and show you how that looks. And I would say these all look pretty decent on the second coat. The yellow is still a little sheer. I don't know how many coats you would need to make the yellow completely opaque. I would say if you got this kit, you might want to invest in a white so that the yellow, you can put a coat of white and then put the yellow on top so that it's, I don't know why I showed you this. Get the white so that you can put a coat of white down and then put the yellow on top so that it has a little bit more power, I guess, or opacity. But yeah, so these, again, I was concerned, but these are not as horrible as I might suspect they might be. I guess I just tend to see, you know, a collaboration, and I worry to death that it's just going to be something cheapy, that they're playing on your nostalgic vibes, and they don't put much effort into it. But I actually am really happy with this whole kit. Not a whole lot that you couldn't find in other makeup brands. So if you already have these color polishes, if you already have lip glosses or lip colors of these colors, these eyeshadows, you don't need to go get this just for the sake of getting these colors. But I definitely think if you are nostalgic for Pac-Man or video gaming, if you like to collect makeup products that have, you know, unique packaging or special packaging, you definitely are going to be able to get use out of this makeup, and you get to have the packaging on top of it. I don't think there was anything in here that I felt like was horrible. The only thing that's a little iffy is the blue Inky Ghost Gloss lip color because it is so sheer. I just am not sure how many people will be able to use that. Everything else, pretty good. Even that Blushlighter, I feel like would probably be a really great highlight for people with darker skin tones. For people with lighter skin tones, it can be used as a shimmery blush. It could be used as an eyeshadow. I used it as a lip topper. There are other creative ways to use it if you did decide to get, say, this whole kit and you weren't sure what to do with it. Yeah, I am actually really happy. I thought for the money that I spent, it was potentially going to be a lot of I don't want to say garbage, but makeup that I wasn't going to be using. But I think I will probably use all of this eventually. So yeah, I am really pleased. I hope you enjoyed that. Whether you actually buy this stuff or not. And yeah, so if you liked, please give this a thumbs up, subscribe, share. It would help me out. Of course, if you didn't like it, you don't have to, but I would appreciate it if you would. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye! Alright, now let's see if we can pop these bad boys off. Alright, let's go ahead and stop the video.